So I have shown you some balance sheet. So these are the so what does these detail mean? What is the meaning of these details? Here you can see a balance sheet, right? So here asset side, what is the meaning of these details? What does the mean? Like liability means we have to pay. What does the meaning of asset? Is it not we own? Wrong. I want the exact wording. No. If I sell asset, what will happen? Yes, we have the right to, it is not exactly the right to receive. It means that we have to receive the amount. It means what? We have to receive the amount. So whenever it comes to the asset side, it is the something which will be get back. Like say for example, sundry debtor means what? When you make a sale, there are two types of sale. One is cash sale, second is credit sale. Cash sale means what? You receive the cash immediately. Credit sales means what? You will receive the cash on a future date. Normally, asset means receivables. So whatever money you have invested, what is the incoming? That will be something as a outgoing. So where is your incoming coming from? The incoming is coming from either your capital account, either your loans and liability account, either your current liability account or your profit and loss account. And where does this amount go and sit? It will sit in either your assets or either your receivables or either your cash balance or either your bank balance. We call as a balance sheet. Why? What you have received should be matching with the what you have what you have received should match with where you have paid. It can be either receivable or it can be either cash in hand. Right? Did you understand this part? Balance sheet part? Yes. Any doubt in this part? Any doubt in this part? Now, next tell me about the profit and loss account. Tell me about the profit and loss account. Okay. Tell me about profit and loss account. Profit and loss account, two sides. One side is what? Expenses. Another side is income. Right? Now, what do you mean by expenses? What are the different expenses you incur? What are the different expenses you incur? There are two categories of expenses. Before direct, very important expense. Purchase is your important expense. So there is something called as a trading activity. There is something called as what? Trading activity. And there is something called as a profit and loss account, right? So this is your trading activity. What do you mean by trading activity? This is a trading and profit and loss account. So one side is your expenses, second side is your income. In the left hand side, if you see, it is all expenses. Whatever money you have spent, it is not that you will get it back. So there is a difference between balance sheet and P&L. So in P&L, whatever money you have spent, that will come here is the expenses. Now, why you make expenses? So that you can generate the revenue. I make what kind of expenses? I buy the stationery item. Then what do I use this stationery item for? If I use it for my office purpose, then it will come to my P&L account. It will come to my P&L account. You can see below, this is below the gross profit. It is my business purpose. Then it will come to my P&L account. If I am buying this printing and stationery for the purpose of selling, then it will come to my trading account. So what is the difference between a trading account and a profit and loss account is I buy stationery for 100 rupees. Then I sell for 20 rupees. Sorry, 120 rupees. And profit is how much? I buy for 100 rupees, sell for 120 rupees. What is the profit? 20 rupees, right? Now, is there any closing stock? First, you need to check. Then you derive the profit. Assume that I have a closing stock of 10 rupees. Then what will be my profit? My profit will become 30 rupees, right? So what is this 30 rupees? Is your gross margin. We call the gross margin. You buy, you sell. The difference between the buying items and the selling items is your gross margin. That is called as your gross profit. From the gross profit, you do your business expenditure like your salary, your rent, your other expenses, office expenses, electricity charges, telephone charges, and then you get your profit and loss account. Is this part clear? So I'm only explaining the basic thing. I'm not going in detail. Fine. Any doubt till now? You understood the balance sheet? Liability side means something which we have to pay either to the owners or to the outsiders. Asset means something which we have to receive from outsiders, or it will be either cash balance or bank balance or asset. And P&L means one side, whatever outgoing you do, that is one way, expenses. In expenses, two types. One is we do certain expenses for the purpose of generating revenue. That is called as a trading activity. That is called as a sales. So against the sales, what we receive is the profit against the purchase. That is called as a gross profit. If you have the closing stock, then you have to find out the closing stock. From the gross profit, we do our business expenses. So here you can see so many business expenses are there. This is the dummy company. So you can see rent, telephone, so many expenses are there here. So these expenses are there, and based on these expenses, net profit is arrived. And if you have something, any doubt about the balance sheet and P&L, now balance sheet will show you your status as on date 31st March. Akash, your balance sheet will show the status as on a particular date, but your P&L will show the particulars as on a particular period. So balance sheet means what? It will be as on one particular day. It may be either as on 30th June, either as on 30th September, either as on 31st December, or any particular given day. What is my receivables? What is my payables? So that will be shown in your balance sheet. And what will P&L show you? P&L will show you what is your income, what is your expense, what is your profit status. So as a business owner, what we are interested is to check, one, my receivables is low, my payable is low, my profit is high. That is what is the normal intention of any business owner. Why I do business? I do business for profit. I don't do business for charity. If I want to do charity, then I will open a charitable institution. I will not do a business. So the main purpose is to check whether I am in a profitable situation or I am in a loss situation. So if I am in a loss situation, then I have to improve my profit. So in a nutshell, this is about balance sheet and P&L. Any doubt you have, you can ask me. Otherwise, we will proceed to the next topic, that is the inventory. Any doubt? Fine. Now we will proceed to the next part, that is the inventory. Now, one thing which is not available in your trial balance, what it is? Last week also I have said, what is one thing, one data which is not available in your trial balance? Yes, closing stock. See, one thing you have to be very, very careful. Closing stock has a huge impact on your profit and loss account. Is my voice clear? Right? Closing stock has a huge impact on your profit and loss account. Why I am telling this? Because closing stock is the game changer of any P&L. If you don't value it properly, then it becomes a big trouble. So what do you mean by value? Say for example, I have purchased a stock. I have purchased a stock for 1000 rupees. Out of this 500 worth of say 600 worth stock, I have sold for 900 rupees. That means what? 400 rupees is my profit. What is the closing stock with me? The closing stock value with me is 400 rupees. So if I don't value this 400, my profitability will change. Just a second, I'll share one Excel file and show you so that you will understand more better. So we were talking about one product. Say I am buying a laptop, right? Number of quantity is 2, quantity, rate and value. So quantity is how much? Say I buy 10 laptop. One laptop for 25,000 rupees. What is the total value? 10 into 25. It is 2,50,000 rupees. Now this is my what? This is my purchase. Now I am selling the laptop. My sales. During the month I have sold laptop. How many laptop I have sold? Assume that I have sold 6 laptop. At what rate we have sold? Say I have sold the laptop for 30,000 rupees. So what is the sale price? 6 into 30,000. This is my sale price. Now what is the closing stock value? What is the closing stock value? What is the closing stock value? Can someone tell me? Closing stock is 1 lakh. How 1 lakh? How 1 lakh? Very good. So closing stock is 25,000 into 4. How did you arrive 25,000 into 4? That means you had 10 laptops. Out of that, 6 you have sold. So 10 laptop minus 6 is what? 4 laptop. So 4 laptop is in hand. So what is the cost of my purchase? Is it I should take by 30,000 or 25,000? I should take my original cost. So my original cost is how much? 25,000 rupees. So this will be my original cost. And this is what? This multiplied by my number value. My closing stock is 1 lakh rupees. Now what is my profit? If you want to calculate the profit, what you will do? You will add the sales. So profit is what? Your sales plus closing stock minus your purchase. So that is 30,000 rupees. Assume that I value my stock wrongly. Instead of 25,000, I value my stock by 30,000 rupees. What will be the profit? You see the impact on the profit. It has changed. Yes. So you have to be very, very careful when you value the closing stock. There are various methods of valuation. I'm not going to take all the methods of valuation, but for the purpose of your project, what you can do, how you can do, easiest manner, I'm going to explain you. Now, same example, I'm going to extend it further. How I'm going to extend it further? Say one laptop. Okay, I'll give one date, 1/4/21. I have purchased the laptop. We'll copy this data. We will change this data to certain different dates. So this is 2/4, say 5/4/8/4. So this I have purchased 3 laptops at the 25,000, and then I have purchased 2 laptops at say 27,000 rupees, and say again I have purchased some 2 laptops for 27,500, and this last this is 7. So 4 laptop for 28,000 rupees. Now this is what total laptop. What is my cost? My cost is 2,96,000. And what is my average cost? Average cost means what? This total value divided by the quantity by 10. This is the average cost. No, I think some mistake is there. This is 3 laptop. So I divide by 4, it is not 10. Okay, so average cost is to 26,827. Now, how many laptops I have sold during the month? 6 laptops I have sold. Now, this 6 laptops, how to calculate my closing stock? So how do we do is, there are various methods. Two methods I will explain. One is average method. Second is first in, first out method. So average method, avoid it now. So what is average method? To explain you, I have divided total purchases divided by the number of quantity. That will, you will get the average cost price of each laptop. So that method we are not going to adopt. Then what method we are going to adopt? We are going to adopt the method called as first in, first out. What do you mean by first in, first out? You have purchased totally how many laptops? 10 laptops you have purchased. In this 10 laptops, how many laptops you have sold? 6 laptops. So how did you sell these 6 laptops? It is assumed that the 6 laptops which you have sold, first laptop is sold. Control B. Out of this, which one is sold? This 3 laptop is sold. Then again, next 2, total how much? 5. And out of this, 1 laptop is sold. Out of this, 1 laptop is sold. So what is remaining in this? 1 quantity is remaining, 3 quantity is remaining. So in effect, you see is first stock what you have purchased, you assume that it is sold. Then step by step you come down. And then what is the balance stock? That is your stock in hand. And how do you calculate your closing stock value? Your closing stock value comes to totally 4 laptops. And how will you calculate this? Your rate, you leave it, will calculate the price. To calculate the price equal to, so 1 laptop into the value. Which value? 27,500 plus your second stock value, 3 laptop into 28,000 rupees. Enter. So this is your closing stock value. Now what is your profit? What is your gross profit? Your gross profit is 29,000. Sorry, this is the closing stock value. 1 minute. Okay, we have changed the sum. So equal to this sales plus closing stock minus your purchase. So what is your gross profit? Your gross profit is 23,500. Now, did you understand this closing stock part? Any doubt? So this is very simple method, very basic method. I am telling you. Why you need to concentrate on this is, say for example, you are buying stationery and selling stationery. You don't value the stock properly. Instead of providing the cost price, you provide the sale price. Now, sir, how many stock? Sir will ask you, how many stock of pencil do you have? Sir, I have 200 stock of pencil. So what is the value of the 200 pencil? Sometimes by mistake, we don't think what we think, okay, sale price. We will put the sale price and find out the closing stock. So what do you mean by this? What will happen? It will impact the profit, which will show you the wrong value. Second method, which method, ma? First in, first out method or average profit method? Average stock valuation method. First in, first out, right? So you have to follow only first in, first out method. Once again, I am explaining you, whenever you are making a purchase, you don't make a purchase at one shot. You buy at different intervals. So sometimes 3, sometimes 4, you don't know how you will get the customer. So in a month, assume that I have 4 purchases. In a month, assume that I have 4 purchases and 6 laptops is sold in different duration during the month. End of the month, what is the closing stock I am having? End of the month, I have 4 closing stock. So total purchase is how much? Total purchase is 10 purchases. Sales is how much? 6. 10 minus 6. 4 is my closing stock in hand. Now, what should I find out to find out my profit? I need the closing stock value. Now, how do I value my closing stock? Various methods are available. Forget that. For your exam purpose, your accounts teacher can teach you more better about the different method, first in, first out method, average method, last in, first out method. Various methods are there. Now, for you, for your this project, only one thing. If you are using Tally, even you need not do this, but you should understand how it is happening. What did I say? Your fundamentals should be strong. Unless and until your fundamentals are not strong, you will not be able to understand the financial statement correctly. So how does this happen? This happen by first in, first out method. First in, first out method means what? We assume that whatever stock is sold from the six. So first in, first out. What is my first purchase? 3. So 6 minus 3, how much? 3, balance 3. So balance 3 is sold by my second purchase, 2 value. Again 3 minus 2, 1 stock is there. So 1 stock is sold from which stock? My third purchase. So in my third purchase, 1 stock is pending. In my last purchase, all the stock is pending. So to find out the closing stock value of my fourth laptop, what I do is I multiply this. I multiply this. What do I multiply? My closing stock of that purchase, third purchase, into the purchase value. Same way for the fourth purchase, that is in my closing stock. My closing stock value is 1,11,500. So once I put my closing stock this, then my profit is arrived. This is the correct profit. Now, for example, instead of this 27,000, what I do is I calculate everything based on the last purchase price, right? I calculate based on last purchase price. Then what will happen? My closing stock value is 1,12,000. Instead of last purchase price, I calculate
Sir,
everything.
sorry to interrupt, sir.
Yeah, tell me,
On
sir.
8th of April laptop, the quantity is 3 and the rate for each laptop is 28,000. So the closing stock value should be 28,000 into 3.
28,000. What you're telling? Your voice is not audible. Hello. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah. See, this average value you are calculating and getting confused, I think. So that is just, you leave it just for your purpose of understanding. I have put this, right? So when you work in Tally, it will come in first out method only. Okay. So average value you are getting confused. 27,875. My closing stock is 28,000 rupees. Is my 3 laptop. Because of this average method, the rate has come this. That's why just for your showing purpose, the showing the impact, I have shown this. Okay, but when you go in Tally, automatically these things will be calculated. What you need to keep in mind is how is my closing stock calculated, whether this is calculated correctly or not. If you want to do a random sampling, say you are having a closing stock value, you want to check whether this value is correct or not. Very simple method. What is the number of closing stock? Go to your last purchase price. So what is my closing stock? 4. What is my last purchase? Last purchase is on 8th April. So what is my price? So 28,000. How many laptop? 3. So out of these 3 laptop, I will calculate 3 laptop at the rate of 28,000. Then what is my previous? Because only last purchase 3 is there, 1 is short. What is my previous purchase? 27,500. So 1 laptop, 27,500. So this way you can randomly check, and if it is coming correctly, that means your closing stock value is correct. Is it understandable? Any doubt you have? I will show in Tally, see what is the impact. Now say for example, I have closing stock. What is the closing stock value here? Say 30 lakh, 34,000 rupees is the closing stock value. I change this closing stock. This value is not calculated automatically. It is being changed manually. So in Tally, you have both the options. You can give manually also, automatically also, but don't worry about those things. Just see the impact. So I am changing the closing stock value from 30 lakh. What is the profit now before changing? 56 lakhs. So I am changing the closing stock value from 30 lakh to 10 lakh. 30 lakh to 10 lakh, control A. See the impact of this. Now from 58 lakhs, 20, I think, okay, so from 58 lakhs, 56 lakhs, the profit has come down to 36 lakhs. You could not see the screen now. 1 minute. So once again, I'll explain you. See, what is the net profit here? Net profit here is 36 lakhs. Now I am changing the closing stock value. So in Tally, don't worry about the method of changing and all. Just see what it is. So I am changing the closing stock to say 30 lakh 34,000. Control A. See the impact in the profit. It has increased to 56 lakhs. So your closing stock is the troublemaker in any business. So how you prepare your closing stock valuation, based on that only your financials will show you a correct value. If you say your closing stock wrongly, then that means your total financial statement is unbelievable. Understood this part, the valuation, closing stock, why it is important? Any doubt? Any doubt? Closing stock. Shall we proceed further? Now we will see how the closing stock summary is there. So can someone tell me what is the problem in this values? Can someone tell me what is the problem in these values? This is a closing stock register. What is the problem in this value? Can someone tell me? This is my closing stock register. There is some issue in this. What is the issue which is visible to you? This you will be finding in your printing and stationery also. What is negative? What is the meaning of negative? Negative is an issue. Very good. What is the meaning of this negative? No, it is not loss. Understanding of concept is very, very important. Stock untraceable. Overdraft. Oh my God. Cost price less than market. No. Okay. I'll do one thing. We'll remove these values because this may be confusing to you. We'll go only with the. Okay. Now, we sold additional stock. Stock mismanagement or excess billing. Okay. Somewhere we are nearby. See, there is nothing called as negative stock. There is nothing called as negative stock. If you find this manner your stock register, then means the accounts are not maintained properly. Without a stock, can you sell? Tell me. Without a stock, can I sell it? Without a stock, can I sell? Yes or no? No, I cannot sell. When a customer is coming to your shop and buying a pencil, you are raising an invoice for pencil. He is taking the pencil and going. Am I correct? He is taking the pencil and going. Yes or no? Without pencil, he will make the payment. Without buying the pencil, will he make the payment? No. That means you had stock. You have sold the stock. But in your books, it is showing negative. That means what? You have not made the purchases entry correctly. You have not made the purchases entry correctly. Am I clear? Very, very important this part. You will face this trouble in your printing and stationery. 10 pencils negative. That means where should you search? In your stock, negative stock is 10 pencil. Where will you search? What will you check? If your 10 pencils are negative in your printing and stationery stock register, where will you check? Very good. You are going to check your purchases. check all your purchases, whether the purchase quantity is mentioned correctly in the tally. Instead of 100, one small mistake I have made, sir. 10 I have forgotten. What is the impact? 100 becomes 10. 0 has no value, but where the 0 is depends. If 0 is in the last, then you are hero. If 0 is in the first, then it has no value. Understood? So 1 lakh rupees, I am making the tax payment 1 lakh rupees. By mistake, sir, 10 I have put extra. How much payment will I make? How much payment will I make? 10 lakh rupees. So 0 has an impact. So whenever you find such negative stock, while passing the stock entry, where you need to check your purchases, whether the purchases is matching in your stock records correctly. Then the sales, then only you will be able to know why it is negative. There may be two reasons. One, you have entered the quantity of the purchase wrongly. Second reason, what may be the second reason? I have purchased 100, I have typed 10. Okay, that is one mistake. What may be the second reason? What may be the second reason? Can someone suggest or think about any mistake? We are very good at finding mistake with others. So in accounts, if you want to be successful, try to find mistakes. You will be very successful. That's what we do as an auditor. I try to find what mistakes my client do. I help them rectify, and then only make them books more better. Okay, my question is, I have a negative stock of pencil. Where will I check? You said purchases. Fine. I have checked in my purchase. One mistake I have found, where I have to enter 100 purchases, I have entered 10 purchases. Now I have changed that 10 into 100. In spite of that, I am finding a negative stock. What can be another mistake which I might have made while passing the purchase entry? Sales is correct. Sales is correct. Sales is correct. What mistake can I make so that my purchase is wrong or stock value is wrong? If I bill it in another stock item. See, reason why mistake arises also we need to understand. Say for example, I am buying this JK wall putty 1 kg, and by mistake while passing the entry, I pass it into 40 kg. Then what will happen? This will be in excess, that will be in negative. So you also should, as an accountant, you should also think what can be the probable mistakes. So when trial balance is not tallied, what they do, they teach you. They tell you different types of errors what you make. So those errors also you should learn. Only learning the correct thing is not important. Where a person can make a mistake, that also you should understand as an accountant. Okay, is it clear? So three parts are there in any stock register. One is your quantity. What is the stock you are holding? This is what, opening balance or closing balance? Can someone tell me? Type in the chat box. Is it an opening balance or closing balance? This is a closing balance. So in tally, you will find this closing balance also. So in this, three data is available. What is the first data? What is the first data available? First data available is quantity, second is rate and the value. Now to see the rate, normally rate will be average value. Rate will be average value. Rate will be the average value which will be shown. And if you press further enter in detail in tally, I'll show you separately. First, let's understand about the stock. So here you see, this is your closing balance. What I'll take some transactions. Okay, I'll press 1 minute. Okay, so this is your opening stock. 1 minute, I'll take one. Yeah. So 11 bags, JK putty 40 kgs. We had opening balance of how much? 11 bags. Inward how much? 10 bags. Sold how much? 29 bags. And what is the closing stock? 8 bags. That means some mistake is being made. somewhere. Again, if you press enter, you will find the total month-wise details. Again, if you press enter, you will find the sales details. Again, if you press enter, you will find the further details, right? So one thing you have learned now in Tally, what? Two keys should work correctly in your keyboard. One is enter key, another one is escape key. So wherever you have to press enter, 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 come out, escape, 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 escape. So these two keyboards key should work properly. So any doubt, this is the opening stock and closing stock. So did you understand overall the structure of the stock, what it is, how it comes, and how it goes and how it is valued? Any doubt? So this is very, very, very important part. Very basic level I have taken, but I'll tell you this basics. If you are strong, your stock will be maintenance will have a good impact on your total business valuation. You have to be very careful. Fine. So now once again we will go to the process of accounting. So now we know what is a financial statement, what is balance sheet, what is P&L, what is grouping in balance sheet, what is grouping in liability, what is grouping in asset, what is grouping in the income, what is grouping in the expenses. So every grouping will have what? Ledger. And every ledger will have what? Entry. And every entry will have what? One debit, one credit. And it will have a value and it will have a date. This is the accounting process. So the whole accounting process last week we have seen. Now I am going to ask you the process. You have to tell me step one. What is the step one of accounting process? What is the step one? Recording of transaction. Step two. As recording of transaction is journalizing. That's only same step. Step two. Posting. Very good. Step three. Ledger balancing. Step four. Preparing the trial balance and balancing the trial balance. Step five. Finding out the closing stock value. Yeah, classification of the ledger. Classify the ledger based on the grouping for the P&L and the balance sheet. Step 6. Finding out the closing stock value. Step 7. Preparing the P&L account. Step 8. Very good. Step 8. Finding out the profit and transferring it to the capital account. Very good. Step 9. Step 9. Preparing the balance sheet. Very good. So these are the steps. Always remember, process is very important. If you understand the process, where you made a mistake, you should be able to find out, okay, in the balance sheet, if the something is there where you might have made a mistake. The bank balance is not correct. Where is the mistake? Either you have entered the value wrongly or you have not passed some entry. So you should understand the process. Now we will take your live example, right? Where do you get money from? For the buying the stationery in your school, where do you get money from? School gives the money? Yes, fine. Does the school give the money to you or directly to make the payment to the vendors? To us or vendors? Okay. Say some example. How much amount school gave you? Some example. 1,000, fine. 1,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees. Okay, we will settle work with 5,000. 5,000 we have settled, no more values required now. Okay, fine. So now this 5,000 you have received. What entry you are going to pass? First step, what entry? Cash account debit to capital account. Debit what comes in, credit the giver. Very good. So this we have done. Now one step we are going to add before this. First step, I said journalizing the transaction for your books of account, correct? You have learned the same thing in your +2. Now when you come to tally, one step additional it will be there. What is that step? That step is creation of a company. Understood? Right? So first step in your tally will be to create a company. So is any name given to this project? Is any name given to the project? This printing and stationery project, any name is given? Yeah. Vidya Saadhan. Very good. So this is your company name. Say, I am starting a company today. I am starting a retail showroom. So in the retail storeroom name is Superstar Retail Storeroom. So what is my company name? Say the company name is Superstar Enterprises. So this is my company name. So I create a separate company in name of what? Superstar Enterprise. So for your school project, what is your company name? For your school project, what will be your company name? Vidya Saadhan. How many schools are there? How many schools are there? Totally, how many schools are maintaining this project? 5 schools. Now, I am opening branches. I maintain branches separately. Fine. Is the accounts of all the 5 branches maintained jointly or separately? Will you maintain the accounts, printing and stationery, jointly or separately? Yes, very good. Now, everyone is going to give what name for the company? Everyone is going to give what name for the company? Vidya Saadhan, you give it to the head office, 5 Vidya Saadhan data. How will they know which branch, which school? So what name you are going to give? D.A.V hyphen Vidya Saadhan hyphen a distinct name, which will difference you from one school to another. Whatever you want to give, that name you can give. Am I clear till this part? Am I clear? D.A.V hyphen Vidya Saadhan hyphen. If say for example, Roypeta, ROY, some 4-digit word you can code you can give for each school. You can ask with the school principal what code number to be given. So keep a common code, 4-digit code. Make things standardized. Don't give multiple places, multiple names. Whenever there is something unique to be created, code number gives more value. So give some code for every school. One code, 4-digit code can be given, so that based on the code, the head office can identify this school, this school, this school, this. Why? Because when they prepare a consolidated report to prepare the company-wise summary. Now, company-wise summary, how it will come? I will show you in Tally. This is just a sample. Okay, all in. So this is same company monthly comparison. Now here it is. How it is. So when here same company, but if you give same name, what will happen? Everywhere Vidya Saadhan, head office will not be able to do. Now we open a same company Vidya Saadhan D.A.V with 4 different code on the top. They will be able to differentiate. Right? Okay. Now company is created. You have said that you have received the cash. Cash is debited and then the capital account is credited. That means investment is made. Now this cash, what you are going to do? Next step. This cash, what you are going to do? This cash, what you are going to do? You will purchase. So first entry, you have purchased what? You have made a purchase and that is the cash receipt entry. Second entry is what? Purchase. Now purchase will be cash or credit. Purchase will be cash or credit or both. Monthly cash, right? So if it is cash, then what entry you will pass? If it is cash, what entry you will pass? Purchases to cash. Debit all expenses, credit what goes out. Very good. Now, if it is credit, then what entry will pass? If it is credit, what entry will pass? Credit purchase. Then purchase to sundry creditor. Very good. So purchase to sundry creditor is the entry you are going to pass. Purchase, debit all expenses, credit the giver. Very good. So this is the entry. Then if you are making a credit purchase, then to the creditor, in future are you going to make the payment or not? In future, are you going to make the payment? No. Who is that? No. Then no one will allow you next time to that shop. Fine. Yes, you are going to make the payment. Now, when you make the payment, what entry you are going to pass? When you make the payment, what entry you are going to pass? Creditor to cash or bank. Very good. So now you have purchased the stock. In your accounts entry, as on date when you write your accounts exam or to solve an accounts problem, normally you pass purchase to cash. Do you provide the stock details in the purchase? Do you provide the stock details in the purchase? No. What you do? How do you prepare your stock? How do you prepare your stock? How do you prepare your stock? You prepare stock with purchase. How do you prepare? Again, you look at the purchases and then not in the balance sheet. You prepare a stock register. How do you prepare your stock register? One, you pass the entry for the purchase, same bill you take, then go to the stock register and then enter pencil, 10 pieces, eraser, 20 pieces, sharpener, 1 box, pen, 1 box. Correct? This is what you do. We don't pass per entry. We don't pass entry for the stock. Now in Tally, what happens is you need to understand this very important part. Wherever stock is coming, you have to link the stock to the ledger. Which ledger? Purchase ledger will impact your stock. Yes or no? Purchase ledger will impact your stock. Yes or no? Yes. How will it impact? Whether it will increase my stock or decrease my stock? Increase. Which other ledger will impact my stock? Which other ledger? Yes, very good. Sales will impact my stock. Whether it will increase the stock, decrease the stock. Decrease the stock. Understood? So in Tally, when we pass the entry, when we pass the purchase, it will ask you what are the items you have purchased, at what quantity you have purchased, what rate you have purchased. You pass the entry, automatically your stock register is saved. Same way, when you make a sale, Tally will ask you what are the stock items you are selling, what are the quantity, what is the value, and automatically your stock is decreased. By this, what happens? Your duplication of your work stops. One time, everything is updated. Did you understand this process? Yes, purchase and sales. So now you made a purchase, cash purchase, credit purchase, and payment. Then what you do? After making a purchase, then what you do? Then what you do? After making a purchase, what you do? Sale. Very good. So there are two things. Here, transport direct expenses. You may incur some transportation cost, so that will be an expense. So transportation charges to cash, you pass the entry. So whatever is related purchase. Sometimes before starting the shop, you do some advertising. You give some advertising expenses. So again, that you pass some entry. For sales, what entry you pass? For sales, what entry you pass? For sales, what entry you pass? Cash to sales. So if you are making a cash sales, then cash to sales. If you are making a credit sales, then creditor to sales. Huh? What is this creditor? What do you mean by creditor? What do you mean by debtor? Debtor means they, mere ko de, that is debtor. Creditor means you have to give. So whenever you are making a sale, whether मेरे को दे या you pay. Yes, debtor means तू मेरे को दे. Creditor means मैं तुमको दूंगा. Right? So debtor means, if you are getting confused, debtor means they. Right? He has to give me. So that is, you have to be careful. Concept wise, you have to be very, very careful. Who is the debtor? Who is the creditor? Right? Liability is a creditor. Debtor means I will receive from him. Okay? Concept wise. So we have made a sales, we have made a purchase, we have made the cash sales. Now this is being done. Then what you do? After the sales, what do? You may have some expenses like food expenses, salary expenses, some other small expenses, transportation expenses. All these expenses entry you pass. Then only you get the profit. Correct? Now, is this profit personal expenses? Personal expenses will you put to your P&L account? Very good. New question you have raised. Personal expenses will I add to my profit and loss or trading and profit and loss account? Yes or no? Personal expenses is not part of your P&L. Business means what? Already we have seen separate entity. I am separate, my company is separate. If I am spending something for my personal, then it is drawings. It is drawings. Now you made a profit, you have the profit, everything, you see the cash in hand, you had cash in hand invested by the school 5,000 rupees, you made some sales, and then in the end of say 3 months or 6 months, you have cash in hand of 7,000 rupees and you pay back say 4,000 rupees to the school. What entry you will pass? 4,000 rupees you pay back to the school. What entry you pass? Or pay back to the capital. What entry you pass? Capital account debit to cash, right? It is not creditor. A capital is never a creditor. Capital account is different, credit account is different, right? So capital account debit, that is debit the receiver, credit what goes out. So till now, is it clear? In the meantime, you need to find out the closing stock value to arrive the profit. Is this clear? The whole process. We have completed the theory part. The P&L, the balance sheet, the trial balance, the entries, the process, the steps, everything is completed. Anywhere, any doubt, you can ask me. Next step is practical. If you don't understand this practical, you will never understand. See, if you understand accounts, learning tally within 2 hours, I can teach you. That is not a big thing. But the fundamental strengthness is not there, then it will not be easy for you. And what I am teaching to 11th or 12th student, many of them even don't understand after they complete the graduation. So since you are raw with the accounts part, it is becoming more easy for me to make you understand. But you should tell me whether you have understood or not. What's the second step after the tally? Yeah, that will come. Tally part. Tally part steps I'll show you separately. Tally part steps I'll show you separately. Many of the steps will get that from 11 it will come to 5 or 6. So your work burden will be reduced. Fine. So one thing you need to take care properly whenever you are using tally or any accounting software, ledger. What is important for the ledger? What is important for the ledger? Which is the important process which defines a ledger, whether it will go to balance sheet or P&L? No. Which is an important process? No. Important process which defines whether a ledger will go to balance sheet or P&L? Yes, classification of the ledger. So the most careful thing in tally is the classifying the ledgers. You have to classify the ledgers correctly. Now I am going to tell some ledger name. You tell me the classification. Okay, fine. So first ledger name, motor car, BMW motor car. Classify. I want the specific grouping. I want the specific grouping. Specific grouping. Specific is terrific. Be specific. Whenever you want to ask anything from anyone, be specific. Don't say vaguely. Very good. Fixed asset. Right? So fixed asset is your grouping. Okay. I am buying a laptop. I'm buying a laptop. If you want to ask any question for this, you can ask me. Fixed asset or purchase? Fixed asset or purchase? For this, you should ask me a question. Sir, what is the business you are doing? Are you into laptop trade, or are you buying for the business purpose, or are you buying for the personal purpose? Very good, Akash. So you have to define certain things. Certain questions should be asked, and then definition should be given. Clear? Okay. Now I am making a payment of salary. I am chartered accountant. So laptop, where it will come? Someone has asked me, what is the business I am doing? I am a CA, laptop purchased. Where will it come? Now you tell me. Laptop purchase, where it will come? For my business purpose, will come to fixed asset. Very good. Salary, yes, expenses. So expenses is the grouping. Salary payable. Salary payable. Outstanding expenses. Very good. Outstanding expenses. Rental deposit. Rental deposit paid. Rental deposit paid. Specific is terrific. I want specific. Then only it will become terrific. Rental deposit is not a prepaid expenses. Prepaid means what? Yes, current asset. Under current asset, more specific is deposit. Under current asset, more specific is deposit. Right, very good. ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank. I am depositing bank amount in ICICI. ICICI Bank. Bank account. Right, under current asset. Bank account under current asset. GST payable. GST payable. What is GST? Grill sandwich toast. Huh? Tax. Very good. So GST is a indirect tax. What is GST payable? Outstanding expenses. Is it expenses? Be more specific. It is liability. What do you mean by expenses? What do you mean by liability? Duties and taxes. Very good. Now tell me. Okay, now since you have asked this question, one question I'll see. GST is an expense or a liability? What is the difference? I'll tell you now. GST is an expense or a liability? Expense means where will it come? Expense means where will it come? P&L, right? Liability means where will it come? Liability means where will it come? Balance sheet. Now, another question, because I find very often with many business owners this question. GST payment, is it the owner's money? GST liability, is it the owner's money? Is it the owner's money? No. Sir, I'm paying GST, sir. So much amount of GST you are paying. Wait, are you paying from your pocket? No. It is the government money, not from customer money. Government money which you have collected from the customer. See, you are only a holder. Understood? So GST means what? I make a sale, 100 rupees sale, GST 18% I charge. 18% plus 100 rupees. Both amount I receive. Actual how much I should receive? 100 rupees. But on behalf of government, how much I am receiving? 18 rupees. Then I have to pay, go to the government how much? 18 rupees after setting of the input tax credit. Understood this concept? Yes? Okay. Printing and stationery. Printing and stationery. Where will it come? Ask the question. Ask the question. Ask the question. Printing and stationery for Vidya Saadhan. Where will it come? Now I said. Stock. Sales. Printing and stationery for Vidya Sadhana, I said yes, purchases, right? Okay, fine. So is it clear? So grouping is very, very important. More detailed grouping we'll see when we are going to see tally. Now till now, any doubt? GST claim from registered company accounts into duties and taxes. So we are not going specific on GST. If I take GST, then I will not be able to complete the process. So I'm not touching any part of GST. If time permits, in the last something will take about GST. Otherwise, will not. Okay. Fine. So now we go to the next step. What is the next step? Two parts I have taken today. One is understanding the financial statement completed. Second target is the inventory part completed. What is my third target today? What is my third target today? In the starting, I have said, you have to be very, very clear on what you are doing. Even for 1 hour study, whenever you are sitting for studying, if you decide and sit that this I am going to complete today, you will not be out of focus. This is what we think. We do. Whenever we sit thinking something, okay, I'll study for 1 hour something and leave it, then we don't study. But during the exam time, what happened? You continuously study for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Oh, your exam is there, exam is there, exam is there. You think and then study. You tell to your mind, exam is there, I want to study, I want to study. So you don't get tired. So always fix a small goal and a big goal, and you will achieve success in your life. Okay. So now we will see how to install Tally. How many of you are interested to install? See, excited to learn installation of Tally and work on Tally? Type yes. Type yes.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, so we will be having Tally Prime or Tally ERP?
Prime.
Prime only, sir.
That's why yesterday, last class, I said that you should have a 64-bit system.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Please learn the latest. Today we are into the technological world, and in the technological world, things are moving in a very fast manner. So we have to be updated. If you want to be successful in your life, you have to be updated with the technology, not with the WhatsApp technology, not with the Facebook technology, not with the Snapchat technology, but what technology is useful for your business, what technology is useful for the field you are. Otherwise, you will be outdated. Today, everything is data. So even in accounts, everything is data. बेटा झूठ बोल सकता है लेकिन डेटा झूठ नहीं बोल सकता है. Your Google, your WhatsApp, everything is being tracked. They are trying to read you, analyze you, focus on you. Whatever is free, there is no free lunches in the world. Today, in this world, whenever you are getting something free, that means you are the product. They are learning you and selling their product. So be careful. Fine. Now we'll see how to install Tally. We are going to learn and install Tally. So open your browser. Open your browser. I'm going to tell you one website. See what Tally we are going to install. What Tally we are going to install is an educational mode. Now, can you see in my Tally somewhere EDU is mentioned? Yes. EDU is mentioned somewhere.
Yes, sir. On the left top corner,
yeah.
Sir.
So this is an educational mode. So in life, don't be like a horse. You go into marriage, you see an horse, they will tie something in the eyes so that it cannot see wider. Always have an open mind and brain to work. So we will see how to install Tally. Go to a browser, go to the browser and type www dot, is everyone please follow me? If I'm fast, you can tell me, I'll stop. Tallysolutions.com is the website. You can do alt tab and type it. I will wait, no problem. We have time, 5-10 minutes. We can install, and it will not take much time. Go to www.tallysolutions.com. And you will get this screen. This is the website for downloading Tally software. See, I am here to not teach you Tally software. If you understand the fundamentals, any software you can work easily. The process is same. The accounting process will never change. Understood? Yes. So has everyone gone to this website? Yes. Type Y in the chat box. Type Y fast. Now, see on the right hand side on the top below the login, you will find download. Below the login, you will find download. Everyone can download this. Select on the download. Select on the download. So is everyone on the same page? Tally Prime release 2.1. Tally Prime release 2.1. Download. Click on the download. So some 100 MB file will be there. Not 100 MB, 30 or 40 MB. So I think it will be downloaded for everyone. Yes, I will give 1 minute time. So once you have downloaded, just type yes. Setup.exe file should be downloaded. So I want everyone to be in the same lines. So I will take some time and then install. Okay, in the meantime, I'll tell you about Tally. Tally is an accounting software, right? So you download, no problem. That's why I'm taking the introduction part. For those whom the download is slow and it is showing taking some time, we'll just understand about Tally. Tally is a accounting software. So it has started somewhere in 1994. And I have started using Tally in 1998. No one taught me. It is by my own interest I have learned. And today, almost more than 12 lakh users are using this Tally software. Right? So 12 lakh users. I have not yet started installing Tally. Let everyone download. I am just taking the introduction of Tally. So in India, 12 lakh users is too much. Very many, because it is one of the easiest software to use. You can install in a single system and use it. It gives lot of easiness to the use. That's why Tally has become more familiar. And many pirated software of Tally is also available in the market. Initial days they are given, so a lot of people are comfortable using Tally. So is there only one accounting software available? No, there are many accounting software available in the market. There are online accounting software also like Zoho. QuickBooks have left India, so QuickBooks no use of talking. Zoho is an online accounting software. Then some FIBO, Microsoft Dynamics, SAP, Oracle. So different kind of softwares are available in the market. We are going to use Tally. We are going to understand how to use Tally. So Tally will help you what? Tally will help you to create a company. Tally will help you. Yes. So today, manual book of accounting, no one is maintaining. Why? Because every compliance today is online. So manual book of accounting, no one is maintaining because it is a time consuming process. But to learn accounts manual, first you have to learn in the school. Directly by Tally, you will never learn accounts. To understand the process to make the fundamental stronger. So Tally will help you to complete the accounting process more faster and generate the report in even more faster manner. So you don't need to prepare a trial balance. Automatically trial balance is prepared. You don't need to balance the ledgers. Automatically ledgers are balanced. You don't need to prepare a P&L. Don't need to prepare a balance sheet. Everything is automated. Your work is to create a company, create a ledger, group the ledger, pass the entry correctly. That is your work, and all the other reports will be done automatically. Initially, we have seen 11 steps or 10 to 11 steps. This will come down to 4 to 5 steps in Tally or 6 steps in Tally, right? So Tally will help us to maintain the accounts in a more better manner. Okay, so this is a software. So various versions were come. When I used to learn Tally, it was in the DOS mode. DOS mode means at that time we did not have Windows. We had this command prompt. We have command prompt. So we used to type and execute the formula and then used to type. Then lot of changes, lot of features have been added in the Tally part. Now we are going to use the educational version. So what is the difference between the licensed version and educational version? You need to understand. In licensed version, all the features can be activated. In educational version, all the features can be activated except one, that is the printing feature. 2. In education licensed version, you can pass entry on all the dates. In educational mode, you cannot pass entry on all the dates. You can pass entry only in the starting of every month. First of every month or second of every month, only few dates you can pass the entry. This is for you to learn the Tally. So for Vidya Saadhan, sir, how to maintain the accounts, that has to be maintained in the original Tally. Maybe the school will help you to maintain it, and how to maintain the original, they will guide you to use the license in the school. So if you have Tally, you can purchase. I think school is already using Tally. They will be able, the management will be able to help you out in that and find a process of how to give you the licensed version. But if you are using in the school, you can use only in the school only. You cannot take home and use it. Okay, fine. So educational mode of Tally, what it is, you can do all the features, you can pass all the entries. 2 restriction, no printing option. Second restriction, entries cannot be passed on all the dates. Fine, till now everything is good to go. Has everyone downloaded the file? Has everyone downloaded the file? Yes, very good. So now we are going to install the Tally. Click on this setup file. Click on the setup file, or you can go to download and select open file. Is the screen visible to you? Is the screen visible? Is everyone following me? Last 5-10 minutes, that's it. So you can see for me 2-3 items are there. Desktop shortcut missing, or Tally Prime demo. Since already Tally is installed in my system, it is showing this. What you can do is you can select install new. You can select install new and select install. Select install. Now in this you will get 3 options. One is configure, more option, and install. So C is the shortcut key for configure, O is the shortcut key for more action, I is for install. Try to avoid using the mouse. Slowly, maybe initially it may not happen. There are many shortcut keys. I already said a horse in a marriage. So try to use those shortcut keys. Initially it may be difficult. Over a period of time you will work faster. So if you don't want to change any configuration change is not required. By default, this Tally will be stored in C drive program file Tally Prime. So whatever path is there, that it will store. If you want to change the path, then you can select configure and change the path. Otherwise, don't do anything. Otherwise, don't do anything. Is everyone in the same page? Is everyone in the same page? Yes? Is anyone finding any difficulty? Fine. Now click on install. Select install. Just click on install. That's it. Your Tally is installed. Not more than 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, Maggie can be made. 10 minutes, pizza will come. Tally can be installed in 1 minute. Fine, your Tally is installed. Everyone installed? Everyone is on same page? I'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes. If anyone is finding difficulty, you can raise your hand. See, you people are very lucky. You are learning Tally at this age. And if your parents come to know, then they will be very happy. You know Tally, but one thing, one problem. What will be? You pass the entry form in Tally. Your parents will tell you. Never miss that opportunity. Pass it, you will learn more. Depending upon the time availability. Yes, I'll wait, no problem. For those it is still installing, I'll wait. Some system, if it is not a 64-bit system, it will not install. Is everyone on the same page? Shall we proceed? Is anyone still pending? Type P. So no one is pending. So now select on Tally Prime or type yes. Type yes, not in the chat box. Shortcut key I'm telling. So sometimes, okay, not type yes in the chat box. Your shortcut key on the Tally. So now we are starting the Tally Prime. So it may take some time. Why? Because there is no license for you. Yes, has everyone got the screen? Continue in educational mode, use license from network, reactivate existing license, activate new license. So what should I select? What should I select? Tell me the shortcut
Continue in
key.
educational mode.
Continue in educational mode.
Tell me the short. Yes, very good. T. So now T break only after this. So T, continue in educational mode. That's it. It shows configuration accept. Select accept. You are not yet installed. Padma, you have not installed the Tally. Select accept and then you will get this. So for you, this superstar enterprise will not be there. Don't worry. So for you, this kind of a screen will come. Now, is everyone getting the same kind of a screen without the company names? Padma, you can select accept and install the Tally. Then you can start.
Yes, sir. Now I can access it. Thank you.
So everyone installed? Right? Congratulations. You have installed the Tally. So with this, we will complete our session today. Our target is completed today. So next class will be practicals. We are going to see how to create a company, how to create a ledger. Those important aspects we are going to see. So today we have learned 3 things about the financial statement, the classification, grouping, all those things. Then we have understood about the stock, valuation of stock, and then the stock details and what is the impact of stock on the profit. Third thing we have learned is how to install a Tally. So next target will be creation of a company and then the ledgers. So any doubt? So 5 minutes today I am late because of the technological issues. So otherwise normally I stick to my time. Fine. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your weekend.